What is going on YouTube? Another big home action from JD's NerdVerse. My name is JD. We are playing through today as Meowth, who evolves into Persian. Let's check out Meowth's stats. Never used this Pokemon before, so I was a little surprised to realize how fast Meowth is. It's good speed, and nothing else is very good. Attack's okay, I guess. Special's okay for first stage Pokemon. Defense is garbage. HP is a little better than we had last video, which was Diglett. So, not going to complain. And when Meowth evolves, when he evolves, we get a boost in speed, a boost in defense. It goes up 25 points in special. We get a boost in defense, goes up 20 points in that. Attack goes up 25 as well, and HP goes up 25. So yeah, definitely some good stuff when it comes to stats that we can take advantage of in this game. Now let's look at the moveset. This is another Pokemon that if you level up early, it's going to affect when you get moves. So if we level up Meowth and the Persian like right away, we're going to push back when we get Furious Swipes and Slash. However, I'm not too concerned about that. Slash, as much as it is a good move, having 70 base power, 100% accuracy, there are other stab moves I'm going to be getting, like Body Slam and Swift, which I'll transition to that right now. But I want to point out that we start out with Scratch and Growl, which isn't horrible, and Scratch is a stab move, so it's not bad. And then we get Bite at level 60, so Bite will be decent as well, and it's not much different than Slash, so that's why I don't see much of a difference. But all of them are stab moves, and we get Screech, which will be helpful for lowering defense later in the game if we need to. Moving on to TM movesets. Body Slam, Takedown, Double Edge, Hyper Beam, Payday, Rage, Swift, and Skull Bash are all same type attack bonus. If you don't know what that is, that's a stab move. It means that you get a little boost in the move. I think it's 1.5 times, honestly, but it might be a little bit less. I don't know the exact science behind that. What that means is, since I'm a normal type and the attack is normal type, we get a little boost in how much damage it can do. We also get some benefits of having access to Water Gun, Bubble Beam, and Thunderbolt. I'm not going to use Thunder, but Thunder's there too, and also Mimic. Those moves will be becoming useful. So the rock types that we usually have issues with, we'll be able to beat them with Water Gun and Bubble Beam. And then the water types that we don't have a very effective move against, or our rivals Pokemon, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, Gyarados. It depends on, I don't know the starter yet because it's normal type, so there's really no benefit either way with any of them. So Thunder will help with flying types and water types though. And yeah, so moving on to the rules. The rules of the playthrough. I can always use Meowth in battle. I can use other Pokemon for HMs. I can also use other Pokemon to catch Pokemon with HMs. Running clock, 3 exceptions. 1, Lieutenant Surge's Gym. You already know this. If you go to Lieutenant Surge's Gym, you can never find that button right away. Second exception is sometimes you get over encumbered with stuff. It's not like future generations where you can pretty much have a pouch for everything and it has a finite amount of space. So sometimes I gotta unload it, sometimes I gotta do errands like go get Fly, maybe go purchase some items from the mart, whatever. I will stop the clock whenever it is a extended period of time while I'm doing those things. And then the third option, which I'll probably use in this video actually, is if I need to get a move or whatever from the game corner. You can only buy 50 coins at a time in Gen 1, so you'll be here. I'll be here forever. I'll probably use Turbo Button if I do that. But I will not penalize the Pokemon for needing that move, because then it's the only way to attain that move. No glitches or exploits in the game, so I can't use the Missingo glitch, I can't use the Pokédoll glitch, I can't use any of those things. The Badge Boost glitch is allowed because there's no way to control it. Someone uses Leer and all of a sudden my stats are boosted, it's not my fault. And then the fourth one is no items in battle. I can't heal Pokemon in the middle of battle. I wish I could. Maybe I should throw that in the future, but for now, it's fine. And also, I want to show you up here that these are my Twitter. It's a Twitter handle. It's my Instagram. And it's not an actual subscribe button, so don't click it, but subscribe down below. And also, comment down below what you think, how you think this will play out. I think there's some good things that'll play out with this. I think we'll get this done in about an hour and 45 to 55 minutes, maybe up to 2 hours. But with the speed and a lot of stab moves, other than coming across Ghost, you're not going to have anything you can't be pretty good against. But Ghost can still be hit by Thunderbolt and Water Gun and Bubble Beam, things like that. So I think that's what it'll take. And yeah, so let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. And also, Enjoy the video and take it away, future me.
Thanks, past JD. This is future JD coming at you with the playthrough portion of the video. We are playing through with Meowth, and we are facing Squirtle. So go and watch this first battle. I named Meowth, Meowch, and I probably put too many exclamation points for my liking. If I go back in time, I would definitely change that. Yeah, past me was kind of a douche, so he put too many exclamation points. So now we're playing through with Meowth, which has some very nice benefits to him. First benefit I will say is its typing. There are a lot of really good, easy to get moves in Gen 1 that are normal type, and because we're normal type, we get stab moves capabilities with it, which means so stab means stab bonus moves, or stab. It's actually just stab. It's not stab as same type attack bonus. It's stab moves. They're same type attack bonus moves is what it is. So basically, if you are normal type and you have a normal type move and you do the attack, it'll do the attack times, I think it's like 1.5. So there's a little bit more damage than what it normally would do. So with this, so every normal type move gives us a little bit of a boost in how much damage it'll do to whoever we're fighting, just because it's the same type as we are. So early on, I don't fight a lot of these fights. I just fight enough maybe to get like an extra level or whatever. We're in a decent level group. We didn't level up right away when we beat our rival, but we did level up this next battle after that. So leveling up was actually pretty decent with this Pokemon. It wasn't too slow, it wasn't like super fast, but it wasn't too slow either. So leveling up was mediocre. It was about middle of the pack on speed. Some other things about this Pokemon is its speed. It has very fast speed, so we're always going to be attacking first for most of the game, except for some rare instances where we're either paralyzed or we have that one Pokemon we face once in a while that is faster than us. Not very often, but it does happen. So as you can see, we're facing these bug trainers in here, and we're 2-hitting the Weedle, we're 2-hitting the Caterpie. I think it's a 2-hit. Yep, 2-hit the Caterpie. And we knock that without taking much damage, nothing in return. Moving on to the next bug trainer. This one has a Weedle, Kakuna, and I think it has a Caterpie. So we're going to take him on, and Weedle, it's a 2-hit. Actually, it's going to be a 3-hit. We don't do as much damage. Here we go. Actually, that one was a critical, so it was a 2-hit. This one will be a couple hits because of Harden. And one more. There we go. And then we're back to Weedle again. And this will be a 2-hit knockout. Very good. Level 10. We want to get this Pokemon to level 12. Level 12 is when we get Bite. Bite is a 60 base power move in Gen 1. But like I said, with our same type attack bonus, it goes up to about an 80 base power move. So pretty good, especially whenever we're facing our rivals. So Bite, actually we use Scratch there for some reason, but Scratch is a 3-hit. I think Bite would have been a 2. And now we move on to Squirtle. Squirtle's not tough. Squirtle doesn't have anything that can really hurt us. I don't think at this point, it might have Bubble, but I don't think he has Bubble. He doesn't use it. So now we're fighting the Million Light Years trainer, and at this point we are at level, what, 13? 14? 13. Bite is a 1-hit for Diglett. And now Sandshrew is a little bit more bulkier, so we need a little more hits. The only way we lose this battle is if we get affected by that sand attack. So now we face Brock, the gym leader of the Rock Gym. That's why the name Rock's in his name, by the way. And Wakanda for life. And we face him with his Geodude and his Onix. Bite is the move we're going to prefer. Does higher damage. It's doing a lot of damage, actually. And other than before Defense Curl, I mean. So Bite should have been a 1-hit there, but nope, Defense Curl hit it, and then we get a critical hit, knock him out, with more than half our health left. So we have Growl, so we can play the buy game. If you've never seen my videos before, I will explain the buy game as this. Whenever Onix dishes Bod, you got to use something that does no damage, like a Leer, like a Screech, like a Growl, a Tail Wag, something that does no damage, so his Bod doesn't do any damage to you. Once the Bod is done and it's unleashed its energy, quote unquote, then you go back to attacking him until he does Bite again. And you continuously keep doing that. Bite will do about twice the damage you do to him. So if I Bite and it does 6 damage, and I do that 2 turns in a row, that's 12 damage. He's going to deal back 24 damage, which would knock us out. We don't want that. We want Brock going for Bide and missing every time, and we get hits whenever we can. So now we're moving on to this route right here. These trainers are very tedious. I should have gone for Bite with all of them. I have 35 power points with Scratch, and I have 25 power points with Bite. So we can do 60 attacks before we have to go back and heal and replenish our power points. Plenty of power points to get through this part of the game. There's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trainers. that we have to deal with. So not too difficult, not too difficult at all. And plenty of power points to get through them. Even if each one of them has 6 Pokemon, that's still enough power points to get through all of them. So yeah. And we're handling them pretty well. I usually skip over this trainer, but I was like, you know what, let's get all the levels we can get. We got time. We're pacing well. We actually paced very well in this entire playthrough. We're 17 minutes in, and we're already past Brock, which is better than some of the other playthroughs I've had. And I'll just talk while we're getting through this. So, some of the struggles. What are the struggles I had with Meowth? Well, Brock was the first struggle. None of my damages do a lot of damage to him, but the good thing about Brock is he doesn't get any really high-powered moves early that can really hurt you. In future generations, like in Emerald, I can't remember her name right now, but she is, I can't remember the trainer, the gym leader's name at this very moment. It begins with a G. It's not Gale, or she's a rock-type trainer, let's just say that. And she's the first gym, and she is rock-type, and she has Rock Tomb, which can be devastatingly powerful. So that's kind of the good news. Beyond that, not a lot of trainers that you face in this game are super powerful and super difficult for you to beat. One thing about Meowth is Meowth has very good coverage. Not only does it have great stab moves, and stab moves, all the stab moves in this game, Scratch, Payday, Bite, Slash, Body Slam, Fury Swipes, Double Edge, Hyper Beam. So Hyper Beam, Double Edge are over 100 base power. You also have, oh, what did I just say? Body Slam, which is 90 base power, 85 base power, I think, with either 90 or 100% accuracy. Swift never misses. Slash is 100% accurate. Bite's pretty accurate, and it can make your opponent flinch. So not only do you have all those nice moves that are same type attack bonus, but you also have all these extra moves you can add to cover some of your weaknesses. So for example, we just added Water Gun. I showed it on here. I didn't talk about it when it happened. We added Water Gun. Why does Water Gun matter in these runs? Because in these runs in Gen 1, Rock type are very high defense and Normal type does very little to them. We just took us like 15 hits to beat the Rock type trainer. And he didn't hit us back very often, was why we won. Water Gun / Bubble Beam are the 2 water moves that Meowth can move in this gen. And all hail the Dome Fossil. And like right now, we're going to the water gym. Now, water doesn't affect us very often, very much. But we can do 2 water moves, Water Gun, Bubble Beam, they're very effective against rock type trainers. Okay? We can use them pretty much to the end of the game if we want to. We also can use one other move that really helps cover some bases. We can't do it right now because we haven't beaten this gym yet. And we can't beat this gym we can't get the next move we can get without beating this gym. So the other move we can get and win with is Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt will cover a lot of our water bases, also our flying bases, things like that. And can attack pretty much anything we're going to come across later in the game that we need to fight. For example, like Gengars and things like that. So we faced Misty. Now, in hindsight, I shouldn't have done this. Should have saved myself 2 minutes of time and just went and fought the rival. So if you knock out the Staryu, no problem. Look how much damage Staryu does with Bubble Beam. It is a critical hit, to be fair. So we might have been able to take 2 of them. But, yeah. And we also get outsped. So keep that in mind as well. It was either that or it was a speed tie, one of the 2. So now we're facing our rival. So we'll come back and fight Misty later. Pidgeotto is a 2-hit knockout. Very good. Abra is not going to attack us anyway, so we don't waste our power points. We just use Scratch. We also use our power points on Rattata. And we also don't need to do much to Squirtle. He doesn't hurt us anyway. And we move right along. We go through Nugget Bridge. It's super easy, barely an inconvenience. And now we fight this hiker. We fight this hiker here. And the reason I fought this hiker was just to showcase how well we do against hikers now. Now with the water move, we can just go right through them. And I didn't need to get Bubble Beam to beat these hikers. Like sometimes I do, I'll get Bubble Beam to beat these hikers, but I don't need to. And Water Gun, 1-hit knockout, very good. Another 1-hit knockout, very good. And Meowth, Bite should have been the move I chose there. Knockout, very good. And then Water Gun's a knockout, very good. Move on to this next trainer. So the reason why I like to show that one and this one is these are trainers that can be a very big brick wall for you in these playthroughs. And if you're not the Kool-Aid man, you ain't getting through them. So the coverage of Meowth is the other advantage I said Meowth had. Straight up does. You have electric and water type moves to get you through some of your weaknesses in this game. And now we're facing Misty for the second time to hopefully get that W. And Staryu, it's not a one hit, I don't think, but I still think it's a two hit. Tackle does very little. Misty, we actually get a Screech off, which lowers her defense. So this makes Bite a two-hit knockout. Actually, it doesn't. Wow, that's really crazy. It doesn't make a two-hit knockout. Wow. But we get the win nonetheless. And now we have Bubble Beam. So now we're facing this girl with 3 Pidgeys. I got 99 problems with Pidgey ain't one. So Bite, and even though it has Quick Attack, it's a knockout. Bite again, even though it has Quick Attack, it's a knockout. And stupid Dirty Birds. I hate them. So we get rid of this girl now. And we have the one trainer that has the most fun Pokemon to have, because I can make my fun jokes. He has a Spearow, we take it to 0. And he has Eradicate that we eradicate after 2 hits. Very good. Now we're moving on to the SSN. The SSN, not much on there. We get Body Slam, which is very good. And now we're going to one-hit everything that our rival has to hit us with. So we're going to move on down to... Oh, we did Bubble Beam. How dumb was that? Do Body Slam. How dumb was that? Use Body Slam, dude. Pass me stupid sometimes, I swear. The Body Slam, a one-hit knockout. Or Kadabra, one-hit knockout. For War Turtle, Body Slam is a one-hit knockout. Very good. We move on, and we move on to Lieutenant Surge's Gym, where we get one of our other moves that are going to last us for most of this run. And that is Thunderbolt. We're going to use Payday. Actually, no, we're going to use Body Slam. It's almost a one-hit, but we use Payday. Actually, we don't. Wow. Okay, Bite. I have this all mixed up. Body Slam's a one-hit. Alright, you Body Slam, it's more than half. Body Slam a second time, it knocks it out. And Meowth is moving on to Rock Tunnel. And we got Thunderbolt strictly for this chick and another chick and a couple other moves or battles after this one. Mainly these two right here. Slowpoke is very pokey. Yeah, that's probably what's called that. But Thunderbolt, it's weak to Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt gives us a chance to knock it out pretty handily. And I misclicked there, went for Payday, but hey, Payday's not too bad. I probably should have saved some time if I didn't go for Payday as often, or if I just didn't teach it at all, because Payday shatters some coins all over the place, and you get to pick them up and keep them. Over time, you can actually rack up some pretty good money. I honestly thought Payday gave you other coins, like the coins for the game corner is what I thought it gave you, because those are the only things called coins. So. And anyway, so we take on Erica's Gym. Erica's Gym is tough. We almost don't get out of here alive after some of these early fights because we don't... I was trying to conserve some power points, so I went for Payday. And then I got poisoned, now I'm getting wrapped. So, awesome. And I don't teach Furious Wipes. And the reason why I showed this battle is because we now level up. I should have leveled up earlier. I was trying to save my level up for after I got Slash. But Slash, I don't end up using it anyway. So in hindsight, I would just level up right away and make some battles before that a lot easier. So now we're taking on this girl, and this girl again makes it difficult for us to get through this because she gets off a Paralyze. Does she? I think it's this girl. Bellsprout gets off a Paralyze, I think. Sunspore, yeah, okay. And then she wraps us for a while. So she's rapping, she's doing a rapping thing. She works at Walmart. She wraps your gifts for you. That's what Bellsprout's occupation is. But anyway, we still get the knockout. We don't get the knockout yet. We're still stuck in this wrap and paralyzed. So it's awesome. And we get the win. No, we don't. We still have one more. Body Slam's a one hit. So I should have stuck with Body Slam. And then one more if we're not paralyzed. We get Body Slam and good. Do we win? Yes, we win this time. Now we move on to Erica. The one trainer whose name doesn't really make sense because... Rock has the word Brock has the word rock in it. Misty is literally what water can be falling off a waterfall. Erica makes no sense. But Body Slam, we get wrapped, but we do more than half damage with the Body Slam, so that's good. And we're level 34. We're not much higher than the Victory Bell was. We are way higher than Tangela though, so we knock it out in 2 hits. It's Vileplume with 2 hit. Not a 2 hit. We do get the Paralyze, and then Body Slam knocks it out. Very good. We beat Eric and get the Rainbow Badge. And now we're moving on. And we eradicate the Eradicate again. It's not a one hit though. Hyper Fang does decent damage. But then we use Thunderbolt. Our Payday is a one hit knockout. And we move on. We're level 35 now. And then we fight this guy. He's kind of a pushover. He's just holding on to a key. So we got to beat him and take the key. And I just realized Coughing's face has a little smile at the bottom. I just realized that. So now we get the lift key, and now we can face Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Tweedledee and Tweedledum have the exact same Pokemon, other than the evolved forms of each are swapped. So, Sandshrew, one-hit knockout, very good. Moving on to Ekans, one-hit knockout, very good. Now we're going to move on to Sandslash, one-hit knockout, very good. That's Tweedledee. Let's go fight Tweedledum. Tweedledum has an Ekans and a Sandshrew. One-hit knockout with Ekans, very good. One-hit knockout with Sandshrew, oh, absolutely. And Arbok is not a one-hit, I don't believe. Unless I went for Body Slam, yes. But I was also trying to conserve my power points. So now we face Giovanni. Giovanni's Onix is a one-hit knockout with Bubble Beam. Very good. Moving on to his Rhyhorn. Bubble Beam, very good again. And now we're moving on to Kangaskhan. Body Slam with Kangaskhan. Comet Punch does very little, but it can do much because we are weak to fighting type in Gen 1. Now we're facing our 6th rival fight. Or our 5th rival fight, I'm sorry, 5th. And I don't know why I went for Body Slam here, but it gets a knockout. Growlithe, Body Slam, knockout. Execute Body Slam, knockout. Knockout. Kadabra. And yeah, I don't need Fury Swipe, it's not very good. Kadabra, Body Slam. What? Thunderbolt? That was dumb. Should have just left. Probably because I used Thunderbolt on Wartortle with a knockout. There we go. That might be why I did it. I don't know. But we didn't need to do that. So now I'm in Koga's gym. And while Koga's gym, I'm going to talk about some other nice things about Persian. We are at less than an hour and we're at Koga's gym. So to give a little bit of comparison, is at an hour, when I played through his Ivysaur, I was just coming out of Rock Tunnel when I hit the 1 hour mark. So that shows you how far ahead we are of like a normal playthrough, of other playthroughs. So Persian is doing very good, very, very solid. Its speed got better when it got Persian. All the other stats got better as well. That's why we're doing so much better at this portion of the game. And there's not really a lot of like speed bumps that I had dealing with this Pokemon. There are some that I came across in Elite Four. But if I just taken 5 more minutes and like laid out a better strategy and just thought better, I probably would have had them one, and this run would have ended about 8 to 10 minutes sooner than it did. But I'll get to that whenever we get to it. So we are knocking out these Pokemon here. We're getting a lot of good experience. That's why I like fighting in gyms. Get a lot of extra experience just for facing guys that are all compacted into one general area. And we get this last trainer out of the way before we face Koga. Drowsy can be tricky. Sometimes Drowsy can put you to sleep. Hypno can put you to sleep as well. I'm really excited to play through this Hypno and Drowsy. I think they're going to be very tough Pokemon to beat. So I got some good stuff coming up in my video lineup. I have this one. I have Psyduck. I have Growlithe. I also have what's his name? Poliwag. I have Abra, Bellsprout, a whole slew of Pokemon that are about to have their turn into the Generation 1 gauntlet, so to speak. So Muck was scary. Muck has very high defense, and we weren't doing a lot of damage to Muck. However, we did beat Muck. Now we're moving on to Coughing. Thunderbolt, it does about half. Body Slam knocks it out. Now we're moving on to Wheezing. Wheezing can be tough because Wheezing can use self-destruct. If you're low enough level, you do lose the battle, technically. Actually, you win the battle technically because we have 2 other Pokemon, but we're not. If our Pokemon faints, we can't use them. So this is a battle that was very tricky. If you watched my last playthrough, it was the battle of our rival number 6, who has all of his Pokemon. They're really good level. So Thunderbolt is a one-hit knockout, very good. Moving on to Growlithe, we have Bubble Beam for Growlithe, one-hit knockout, very good. Now we're moving on to the last phase, the last 2 Pokemon. Body Slam, it's a one-hit knockout, very good. Alakazam is a one-hit knockout, very good. And one more, Blastoise. Is Blastoise a one-hit? It is a one-hit. We're only 3 levels higher. We didn't even get a badge boost, and we're doing that well. So that's the difference between this Pokemon and like last Pokemon, Dugtrio. I was like 10 levels higher and still wasn't doing that much damage. So now we're facing Giovanni, and in 2 hits, we knock out his Nidorino, and we use Thunderbolt and knock out his Kangaskhan. So now we should be able to use Rhyhorn, use Bubble Beam, knock it out. Now we have Nidoqueen. Is Body Slam a one-hit knockout Nidoqueen? It is not. She's very tanky. She's a hefty gal. But we get a payday in, and it could have been bad. She could have got like a critical hit there and probably knocked us out. But we get the win. Now we're facing Blaine. And back to explaining some of the benefits to this Pokemon. The benefits of this Pokemon is, again, its stab moves, and the few moves it can use outside of being a normal type, very beneficial. I want to explain also why I used the starter that I used. So the starter I used for this was Blastoise. If I use Charmander or Charizard instead of Blastoise, I have a water type move that I can use and take out Charizard very easily. I guess I can also say the same thing about Blastoise. I thought Blastoise would make it a little harder because it has better defense, but in hindsight I should have chose Venusaur. And the reason why I should have chose Venusaur is because I have Thunderbolt, which makes me knocking out Blastoise very easy, and he has nothing that can be super effective against me. Granted, neither does Venusaur, but then I don't have to deal with Gyarados if he has Venusaur. So that's kind of the benefit to it. Really, there was no bad choice here. If I chose Charizard, I had to deal with Charizard and Gyarados, so that would have been a part of it as well. Nothing would have been like that. Would have been the easiest one though, with that Thunderbolt and then Bubble Beam for Charizard. Yeah, Thunderbolt for Thunderbolt for Gyarados, and then Bubble Beam for Charizard. So that would have been one, but I didn't go that route. And Venusaur probably would have been the best, because I had to fight Gyarados, and we had to fight Arcanine and all those. But I'm standing with this decision. Might have been a smidge easier, or smidge harder, but I don't think it would have been marginally harder. I think it would have ended just about the same. The only thing that really held me up, it wasn't the rival, it was the other fights. And you'll see that here in a little bit. We're almost there. We got Blaine's gym, and we got 3 more gyms. We got Blaine, we got Sabrina and her whip, and we have Giovanni and his Widow's Peak. So yeah. And these Pokemon are not too hard. We actually lose once to Blaine. The reason why we lose to Blaine is I got cute and thought I'd just, body slam everything, and having a little bit of a attack that the opposition is weak to really does help a little bit. And yeah, see, Bubble Beam isn't even knocking out these guys, and they're level 37s, and they're not even evolved. So they're not even knocking those out. So that's what I'm concerned about, is, like I said, Bubble Beam is like a 40 base power move, and you get in like the middle of the game. It's not a move you get like later in the game. It's not a move you can use later in the game, I should say. But by this time, most Pokemon have Surf or Hydro Pump, something like that. That is a stronger water type Pokemon, a water type move. So we're getting some knockouts now. That one's not, but we've got some knockouts. So we're showing proof of concept that we can knock them out. But now we're going to face Blaine and his sunglasses. Future's so bright, he has to wear sunglasses. Blaine. Alright, so Body Slam is almost a one hit. Not quite a one hit, but almost a one hit. We knock it out. Ponyta is a 2-hit with Payday and Body Slam combined. So it's a Toko. Bubble Beam, Stomp does a decent amount. Body Slam does not knock it out though, however. And we get the knockout with 74 hit points left. So now Body Slam doesn't do much, and Fire Blast knocks us completely out of the game. So now we are moving back and fighting Blaine one more time. Different strategy than we did last time. So now we're going with Bubble Beam. So Bubble Beams across the board. So get the knockout for Growlithe. Bubble Beams again. Knockout across the board. Toko. 2 Tokos down and 2 more to go. Rapidash, it's a 2-hit with Bubble Beam. And then the last one, Arcanine. He uses a Super Potion retroactively. I love that about Arcanine, or Blaine, I should say. Bubble Beam almost knocks it out. Super Potion retroactively. Almost knocks. He could have actually attacked me back, but he didn't. Love that random AI. And now we're facing Sabrina. Facing Sabrina and her whip. Why she has a whip, I don't know. They're psychic. Body Slam. It should be a Body Slam of everyone on this team. 1-hit knockout. 2 1-hit knockouts. 3 1-hit knockouts. And 4 1-hit knockouts. Very good. Now we're moving on to Giovanni. Giovanni is a pushover, and I hung on to some moves just for Giovanni in one more fight. We have a water move that we can use called Bubble Beam. It's going to knock out 3 of his Pokemon pretty easily. Rhyhorn, it's a 1-hit knockout. It is a one-hit knockout. Doug's Trio is not a one-hit knockout. Very surprising to me. But yeah, not a one-hit. Now we're down to Nidoking. And Double Edge is not a one-hit knockout. A little surprised at that, honestly. It's a more powerful move than Body Slam. And Body Slam one more time on the Nidoking will knock it out. And then we have Rhydon. And this is why I didn't want to get Slash. We're level 51 and we finally get Slash. It's no point at this point. We have more needs for different moves at this point. We have the Elite Four. We have this rival right here. Now, I didn't actually... I didn't start the timer, so I got to restart it back up. I pause the timer when I do some errands. So I set it back. There we go. And it adds a couple seconds. It's fine. But we go back, and now we're fighting this guy. I usually add all my rare candies at this moment, but I want to see if I can beat him without the rare candies. So first Pokemon, a one-hit knockout. No damage done. Bubble Beam's a one-hit knockout on Rhyhorn. Very good. Growlithe is also one... Oh, no, I missed, but it's also a one-hit knockout. Oh, no, it's not. His defense is a little bit higher, I guess. Now we're moving on to Execute, which we should use Body Slam. It's not a one-hit knockout. However, it's a two-hit. Toko. Two more Pokemon. Alakazam. Is it a one-hit? It's a damn one-hit. Very nice. And how about Blastoise? Is a Thunderbolt a one-hit for Blastoise? It is not. It's a little tank. It's actually higher level than us. Very surprised at that point. Don't usually face him with Pokemon that are higher level than me. So now we're facing Lorelei. Lorelei is a one-time beat. She has mainly water/ice type, so Thunderbolt is very effective against them. Now she falls asleep and decides to use Rest. We use Thunderbolt. It's a one-hit knockout. We move on to Cloyster. Cloyster's very tanky, so you gotta be careful. That's why he tanks this like a boss and is able to actually potentially attack us again, but he doesn't. Now we move on to Slowbro. Not a one-hit knockout. He uses this as Water Gun, but we still knock it out with a lot of health left. Jinx can't do anything to us other than freeze us, so I'm not too worried about Jinx. Body Slam's a one-hit knockout. And Lapras is a two-hit as long as we get... And Blizzard does a lot to us right there. That's very scary. But we get the Poison, or Paralyzed, and we knock it out. So very good. Now we move on to Bruno. Don't talk about him much, but we hung on to Bubble Beam just for Bruno. Bruno has two Rock-type Pokemons that we could probably beat with the other moves we have, but I'd rather just knock it out and be done with it. And then we'll move on from Bubble Beam. That's the only reason we hung on to it, is to just to knock out his Pokemon. So Body Slam beating both the Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. Bubble Beam's a one-hit knockout, and now we're on to Machamp. What can Machamp do to us? Well, we are weak to fighting type moves, so that could be bad, but he doesn't do anything because he goes for Fissure. I don't know why he would. We outspeed. And now we're moving on. Now we're facing Agatha. Agatha is the troublesome one. I'm normal type. That means I have nothing that I have naturally that can do damage to her. So I have to mimic. So my genius idea was to mimic Hypnosis. Think, oh, okay, I can Hypnosis. I can put them to sleep. And everything's all hunky-dory. If I can put them to sleep, I can just knock them out. No problems. Well, if it doesn't work that way, she's going to put you to sleep. And you don't have any attacks that can knock them out in 1 or 2 hits. So they're going to have time to attack you back. This is what it is. Now Gengar's thrown back out, and we're going to try to Hypnosis. Very good. We do get the Hypnosis. That's good, but it doesn't do enough damage. He just puts us to sleep again. We're just constantly in this big battle, and every time he does Dream Eater, it heals him back up and he knocks us out. So not a great run there. So now my strategy is, okay, let's just go for broke. Let's knock out this Gengar first, and we'll deal with the other Pokemon as they come. So Thunderbolt, nothing. Thunderbolt again. No, I'm confused now. Great. This is why, if you ever watch J-Rose 11, he calls this the Agatha Lottery. She can poison you, she can confuse you, paralyze you, put you to sleep. All those things at once. Body Slam is a 2-hit. Very good. Now we're on to Haunter, and this is where I think I want to mimic Hypnosis. So basically, I waste a turn here and get Hypnosis. And it hurts me, and it doesn't do anything to him. And it hurts me, it doesn't do anything to him. And one more time, I get them. Now, if I could just mimic 2 moves, that'd be amazing. But Body Slam, and one more time, it's a Body Slam. Nope, it's a miss. Do get the knockout, but I don't have anything powerful enough to knock out him in 1 hit. So now, I think we try this attempt, this type of style, one more time. And then we move on to a different strategy that I should have just done from the get-go. So the problem is we only have one move that does damage to Gengar. That move is Thunderbolt. Hypnosis is a luck-based move. It's about 40% accurate or something like that. So we're relying on a very inaccurate move to put this Pokemon to sleep so we can knock it out. Now I get the perfect RNG this time, and it still does not help me. Thunderbolt should be a one-hit, but Golbat somehow tanks it. And so now we're going to use Hypnosis on Haunter, and then we miss, as usual. And Dream Eater's just going to suck up our energy, suck up our health, and we get knocked out. So now my strategy has changed. If I did 4 of these strategies, I'm going to kick my own ass, I swear. Because doing it 3 times should have been like, okay, this is not going to work. We need to try to mimic something else. So we should be mimicking Nightshade. Nightshade can actually do far more damage than Thunderbolt can. Okay, and we just gotta hope that we don't get knocked out by or put to sleep or anything like that. So Nightshade knocks out Gengar. We have a decent amount of health left. Thunderbolt doesn't knock it out, but we do get the knockout on the second hit. Very good. Haunter does more than half damage. So if we do one more hit, we'll knock it out, which we do. And now we have Arbok, which should be using Body Slam on Arbok. Body Slam, we're not confused anymore. Very good. He tries for Screech. I wish he would have hit Screech, because then it would have boosted my attack. So Gengar, it's a 3-hit knockout if we hit it. Tries to heal himself. We use Thunderbolt. He poisons us. No reason for that. And we get the knockout. Thank goodness. Agatha. We move on from Agatha and go to Lance. Or Blaine. Or, yeah, it's Lance. Sorry. Lance, I'm an idiot. Because I should have just done one move from the get-go at the beginning of this battle, and I would have won this battle first try. So I go to Mimic here. Actually, I go Body Slam. And see what move they're doing to me. Guess what? This Pokemon can use Hyper Beam. I could actually teach it to myself if I wanted to. But I thought it was too much time. I didn't need Hyper Beam that much. It's not going to come in handy in a lot of my fights anyway. Why get Hyper Beam? Well, this is where I'm an idiot. And I should have just mimicked Hyper Beam from the get-go. So now I'm get knocked out, and we gotta fight again. Now this time I don't do the Hyper Beam strategy. This time I try to go for the Badge Boost glitch, hoping that that will save my cake. So Gyarados is a one-hit, so we don't have to worry about Gyarados very often, very much. So Gyarados is a one-hit. We've confirmed that. We can move on from Gyarados. Dragonair, we should have just gone for Hyper Beam with Dragonair. Look how much damage that's doing. It's incredible damage that we could be doing as well. And with after 1 agility, we do not get enough damage done to officially get the badge boost fully done, and he knocks us out anyway. So I'm like, you know what? We are a normal type Pokemon. Let's go for this really powerful normal type move that we could have taught ourselves. 100 base power move that when we get it, since we're normal, it boosts itself up to... Now we get Hyper Beam. So now we can boost ourselves up to an even higher attack. So it's usually 150. With our boost, it's like 225 or something like that, base power, because of 1.5 times damage. Hyper Beam's a knockout there. Aerodactyl's a one-hit knockout there. Is it a one-hit knockout for the Dragonite? I don't think it is. However, he doesn't do much damage to us. We go for Double Edge, knock it out just to be safe. And we're moving on to the rival battle, the final rival battle, the champion of the Pokemon League, our rival Lycan Sub, and Pidgeot. One-hit knockout with Thunderbolt. Very good. We're moving on. Alakazam, Body Slam, should be a one-hit. Very good. We're moving on. Rhydon, we're going to mimic a move from Rhydon. Actually, no, we're not. We should be mimicking a move from Rhydon. We're going to mimic Horn Drill. Didn't know why I never thought of this before. Horn Drill is a very powerful attack. If you hit, it's an automatic knockout. As you're going to see here. One-hit knockout, very good. And if you outspeed, you're likely to hitting. You can only knock out stuff you're faster than. So far we're faster than everyone we're facing. We're faster than Execute, we just miss. So now we're just having some bad luck not hitting these moves. Body Slam does about a third. That doesn't help us. Did Body Slam again, that wouldn't help us. It does, but we don't do enough damage. So we should just Body Slam to Execute. So now I know the strategy to win, and this is the last battle of the game. So now that I have a strategy to win, do Thunderbolt on Pidgeot. Then do Body Slam and Alakazam. So Thunderbolt, Pidgeot is a Thunderbolt. And just so you know, there's never been animation on the entire game. The game automatically turns on animation on the last battle of the game. So that is why there's now animation on. So I'm going to Mimic. Horn Drill, very good. He's going to try to Horn Drill us, doesn't work. We miss 2. Fury Attack is stupid. He gets critical hit, so it's doing critical hit every time he hits us 5 times. So he misses, and our defense fell, but our everything else went up. Very good. Doesn't matter with Horn Drill, it's a one-hit knockout. Horn Drill, it misses, great, and he does Roar, which is awesome. But we get the one-hit knockout. Is Execute a one-hit knockout? We're going to get stomped. We're going to do this again, are we? One-hit knockout, very good. We don't have to rely on Horn Drill for our last Pokemon. It's a 2-hit knockout. He tries to boost his defense. We get the win. We get the knockout. We finally win. We finally get this Pokemon taken care of. And if you look at the time, our time is very good. We have very good time on our hands right now. So as we're going through, we're getting the time, and I don't show the time until we get to the last part. It should be under 1 hour and 28 minutes if this guy would shut up and just get to the part where we see how good or bad we did. And that's where we're at. 1 hour and 29 minutes and 9 seconds. Very solid playthrough. I was very excited, and I was very happy with this playthrough. Good stats equals good stab moves. On top of that, great coverage moves equals a very solid run for this Pokemon. Very surprised. This comes up into my surprise level as like Sandshrew and Arbok and then Clefairy. If I'd have just looked at these strategies a little more in depth before I started playing, I probably could have got the Elite Four and saved about 5 to 8 minutes. So this is a sub 1 hour and 30 minute run. It's faster than a lot of my starters, so it's actually pretty good. Some announcements of the channel. I'm doing a couple replays of a couple Pokemon, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. Now that I know a little bit more about the game, not to mention my Bulbasaur, I never actually cut down to a condensed playthrough, so I can just talk over it. So I'm going to actually get that done along with this, but I'm going to try to get them all at shave about 10 minutes off each of their runs. I think with the experience I have, I can do that. But I want to thank everyone for watching. I already dropped my socials in the previous part, but like, share, subscribe. And if you have not, please subscribe. Please check out my other videos. I got some videos that are getting good views and some that haven't gotten any. Give them a chance. There's some really good playthroughs out there that are not what you think. I think if you watch my recap of the last 1 through 51 Pokemon, I went through some playthroughs that need some love. They were some very, very, very eye-opening playthroughs that I really enjoyed, that you would enjoy it as well if you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and just let me know what you think. And comment down below, and have a good one. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate you, and see ya.